Now we will discuss fire safety in the child care provider's home. The evacuation plan. The home shall have a written plan for emergency evacuation. There shall be a drawing of the primary and secondary exits from the house and meeting places for the children once they have exited. The home shall conduct monthly fire drills and maintain a written record when they are conducted. The meeting places should be a safe place away from the home that will definitely be there. It should not be a car or seasonal flowers. As you can see in this example, we have used a tree. The fire escape plan must be posted at all times in the home. Fire drill records may be maintained in any manner you wish. Some people keep a written list. Others keep their calendars for the year to show when they are scheduled. However you wish to keep this record is fine as long as you are able to provide it to your regulatory specialist during inspections. The evacuation plan shall be developed and updated annually. A copy shall be provided to the child care regulatory specialist and to any parents or guardians upon request. You need to retain a copy of your evacuation plan. You will be sent 2 blank copies so that you can complete one to give to your regulatory specialist and one to keep for your records. Be sure to provide the parents and your regulatory specialist with an updated plan if you make any changes. Include 2 designated relocation sites, procedures for notifying parents, and coordination with local emergency management officials. The emergency plan must be posted in the home. A designated relocation site needs to be a site that you can take the children to if you would need to evacuate the children from your home. You should think about what is in your area that you could take the children to. One site may be close by and another site should be a little farther away. Make sure to discuss the relocation site with the owner of the relocation site to ensure that it is okay for you to bring children there. General fire safety. A working smoke detector should be installed on every level of the home. It must use working batteries or be hardwired. Basements and finished attics are included in this. A good rule of thumb is to change the batteries at daylight savings time. Digital carbon monoxide detectors shall be installed in all residences that use gas, propane, wood, or pellet burning stoves or appliances. The digital carbon monoxide detector must be used in your home in all your home except unless you have all electric. Carbon monoxide detectors need to be installed close to the floor. Working batteries should be installed in all times in both. An ABC rated multi-purpose fire extinguisher shall be available at all times. Check for the 3 boxes A, B, and C on the fire extinguisher. This fire extinguisher needs to be easily available in the home but stored out of children's reach. It must be fully charged. A good idea is to check the charge when you do your fire drills to ensure that the fire extinguisher is still fully charged. Heating and cooling. Heating devices that require ventilation shall be vented to the outside. Unvented heaters may be used as a supplemental source of heat when a properly functioning carbon monoxide detector is installed and the heater is equipped with an oxygen depletion sensor. Heaters need protective barriers or to be inaccessible to children by placing them higher on the wall. Non-flammable protective barriers shall be installed around wood-burning stoves, open fireplaces, and unvented heaters. Electric space heaters are allowed if they are UL approved and stable. Heaters which are not stable or get hot to the touch must be inaccessible to children. Kerosene heating stoves are prohibited while children are in care. The barrier should not be hot to touch. It is best to use electric heaters that have the tip-over turn-off feature. Please check with your regulatory specialist if you have any questions about a specific heater. Heating equipment and hot water tanks shall be clear of combustible materials. Hot water tanks shall be equipped with a pressure relief valve and inaccessible to children. If you live in a manufactured home and your water heater is in a wall, please make sure the access panel is readily accessible at the time of your initial visit and for your yearly reviews. Please have the panel removed and ready for inspection. If the hot water heater is in a closet, this closet is strictly for hot water heater and should not contain other storage items. Air conditioning or fans that are adequately shielded or out of children's reach shall be used when temperature exceeds 80 degrees. This is 80 degrees outside. Now we'll talk about the environmental safety of your home. Tobacco use. Parents are notified in advance if anyone in the home smokes, uses tobacco products, or e-cigarettes. Caregivers shall provide a smoke-free environment. Smoking is prohibited while children are in the vehicles. Tobacco products, ashtrays, cigarette butts, lighters, and matches must be kept out of children's reach. E-cigarettes and nicotine products such as gum or patches shall also be kept out of children's reach. Pets and animals. Caregivers must keep documentation on site of rabies vaccinations for all dogs and cats kept on the premises. The vaccines for all cats and dogs, regardless of whether they are kept inside or outside. And ferrets also need vaccinations. You need to confine sick, aggressive, or injured animals away from children. Keep in mind that certain breeds of dogs are considered dangerous and aggressive. Litter boxes are to be kept out of areas used by children. A pet acknowledgement form completed by the caregiver and signed by the parents must be on file. The pet acknowledgement form must be updated as pets are added or no longer in the home. Keep pets such as ferrets, reptiles, birds, or wild animals in areas or a cage that is non-accessible to children. Area around cages must be kept clean and appropriate. Washable floor coverings should be used under cages. If pets are kept in an area used by children, the cages must be small wire or mesh that prevent children from putting fingers through the cage. If a child is bitten by an animal and the skin is broken, the caregiver shall notify parents immediately and notify the DHHR regulatory specialist within 24 hours. A written report of the incident needs to be given to the parents, and the official incident report must be given to the West Virginia DHHR if the child seeks medical treatment. Play areas. Outdoor play area must be available, clean, and free from unsanitary materials and hazardous items. Outdoor play equipment shall be safe, in good repair, and free of sharp edges and protruding parts. Equipment shall not be placed over or immediately adjacent to hard surfaces. Think about your fall zones from play equipment to ensure children do not fall on hard surfaces or other play items. If the regulatory specialist has a cause for concern, they may require fencing. An example could be if you live next to a major highway, a body of water, or railroad tracks. Trampolines shall not be accessible to children in care. If you have a trampoline, it must be surrounded by a locking net, and even with the net, the children are not permitted to use the trampoline. Now we'll discuss health, sanitation, and nutrition while children are in your care. First, health. The caregiver is to observe children upon arrival, noting any signs of illness or injury. You are to report accidents, illnesses, and exposure to communicable diseases to the parents and isolate the sick child from other children. You need to obtain written permission to administer all medication with a schedule of times and dosages provided by the parents. Medications need to be in the original container, and you need to make sure the prescription is for that child and that the prescription has been filled recently. Please check the expiration date on all medications before you administer them. Contact parents if there are any concerns or issues that prevent you from being able to give the medication. Also, think about your sick policy. When the children are too sick to go to child care, and discuss this with parents. You are not required to provide sick care, and you are not required to give medication. The medical exam and immunizations are required for all children under 6. Medical exams shall be updated once every 2 years. The caregiver shall obtain these within 30 days of a child's admission to the home. The child physical form must be signed by an appropriate medical person. If the child has been to the doctor in the last 6 months, the parents can take the form to the doctor and request it be completed. Child physicals must be either on the child physical form that we send you or on the West Virginia Health Check form. No other forms will be accepted. Immunization records may be attached to the physical form. The physical form will be included in your second packet. Sanitation. The caregiver and children shall thoroughly wash hands with soap and water for at least 20 seconds anytime they are soiled, including before eating, handling, or preparing food, after contact with animals, before and after diaper changing, after personal bathroom use, when the contact with blood or bodily fluids, and after outdoor play. Children and visitors should also wash their hands upon arrival. Caregivers may need to help small children and infants with the hand washing process. The caregiver shall ensure clean drinking water is available for children. If you are using well water, it must be tested, or you will need to provide bottled water for drinking. The caregiver needs to employ universal precautions. Store all food and drinks in closed containers and refrigerate if needed. You need to cover garbage cans with lids, maintain with liners, and empty them daily. Only your main garbage can, where household waste such as food and diapers are placed, must have the lid. The caregiver needs to clean dishes in a dishwasher or with hot water and detergent. If dishes are washed by hand, they must be allowed to air dry. You need to ensure that the home is free of rodent and insect infestation. Ensure that all doors and windows are left open, have screens. Now, nutrition. Children receive nutritious meals and snacks to meet their needs. Children should be encouraged to eat, but not forced. Children should be able to be seated comfortably at a table or high chair during meals and snacks. Do not use food as a reward or a punishment. If you do not have a dining room table, a child-sized table and chairs are acceptable. Be sure to sit with the children during the meals and snacks. You should not let children be sitting on the floor to eat. Information on the child food program will be included in the packet of information that is mailed to you. This program will help with reimbursement for the food you serve the children that are in your care.